Is this former world champion heading to AEW, and the WWE World Heavyweight Champion has been crowned? But first, Adam Cole would speak on the Barstool Wrestling podcast this week, where he would be asked about the status of an absent stablemate. Undisputed Elite member Kyle O'Reilly hasn't been seen on television since June 8th, 2022, this before later undergoing neck surgery in September of the same year, with him currently dealing with post-surgical issues. Regarding O'Reilly's health, Cole would reveal that his friend is making great progress and hopes to return to the ring soon, and would say, "He's doing good, he's in good spirits, he's on the right track. There is nothing that Kyle wants to do more than come back to work, especially now that Roderick Strong is here and things like that. Again, he is one of the toughest guys I've ever met for sure. Everyone keep your fingers and toes crossed, Kyle's doing awesome, he's seeing great progress, and hopefully we'll see him very soon." As for Adam Cole, he is set to compete tomorrow night at the AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view, where he will take on rival Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match with ECW legend Sabu as the special guest enforcer. And with Kyle O'Reilly edging closer to an AEW return, another wrestler from the company is seemingly heading further towards their final match. Wrestling icon Sting would recently suggest that once his All Elite contract comes to an end later this year, this would bring an end to his time in the squared circle. On this week's Double or Nothing media call, AEW president Tony Khan would be asked about Sting's future in the company and his potential impending retirement, with him noting what an important figure the Stinger is to the company, and Khan would say, "I'm going to try and keep Sting wrestling and active for as long as he wants to. He hasn't really given me a set time. He mentioned at times that he's not going to wrestle forever. Truth be told, I would like Sting to compete as long as he wants. I really think he adds so much to the company, and going forward, as we add more TV shows, more presence on TBS and TNT for AEW, having somebody like Sting in the company is such a great star and a great business asset for the company, but also a great person. We love having him here, and I would love for Sting to stay as long as he could." Tony would then reveal what the plans would be were Sting to bring an end to his wrestling career, adding that a retirement event would be huge, and he would say, "Whenever he does decide it's time for his last match, we would definitely want to make it a big event, and I think it's one of, frankly, the biggest moments out there in pro wrestling right now, Sting's retirement match. I think if you took all the big ideas, and I'm not talking about in AEW, I'm talking in the entire world of pro wrestling, if you took all the biggest things and biggest ideas and put them on paper, I think you'd be hard pressed to come up with things more interesting than Sting's retirement match, or the kind of things that would get fans all over the world more interested or excited. It's definitely something that will eventually be a major asset to the company, but in the meantime, Sting himself is a major asset to the company, and I don't want to try and leverage his retirement for short-term gain. Right now, the person we're getting is so incredibly valuable to the company." This Sunday night, AEW Double or Nothing will be held in Las Vegas, Nevada, and will be the home to the in-ring return of Jeff Hardy. Whilst he would recently work a cinematic match named The Firm Deletion, Jeff hasn't been seen in action inside an arena since last year's Double or Nothing event, this due to the legal issues following his June 2022 DUI arrest. Having since returned to the company on April 23rd on Dynamite, Jeff will team with his brother Matt as well as Hook to take on the firm's Ethan Page and the Guns tomorrow night on the pay-per-view. Speaking on his Extreme Life podcast this week, Matt Hardy would give his thoughts on reuniting the Hardy Boys once again and said, "It's going to be exciting, it's really cool too. We're kicking off the night, so we're going to be opening the match on the buy-in show, but it's cool. We found a replacement because Asai was injured, so we have someone who is going to replace him. It might be someone that we have teamed with before in the past. You'll enjoy it." Matt would then be asked how Jeff is feeling heading into the show, with him eager to get back in the mix, and he would add, "He's good, I think he feels good. He was very happy that his first match back, he kind of stuck his toe in the water a little bit, kind of acclimated a little bit doing the Firm Deletion. That was not as grueling as a 20-minute match in the ring, but it is go time on Sunday and he's looking forward to it." Next, an update has emerged regarding the recent injury to WWE superstar Liv Morgan, with us now having an estimate on when she could return to the ring. Morgan sustained an injury during a recent tag match alongside Raquel Rodriguez against Bayley and Dakota Kai, a bout that also resulted in an injury for Dakota. Given the anticipated length of her absence, Morgan and Rodriguez would be stripped of their WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, with a four-way match set for Monday Night Raw to crown the new champions. According to a new report from from Fightful Select, Morgan is expected to be sidelined for an extended period, and WWE sources have indicated that her recovery process will likely keep her out of action through the summer at the very least. Previous reports had indicated that Morgan's return was not expected in the near future, with the latest update providing additional insight on the timeline for her recovery. Earlier this week, All Elite Wrestling's two newest signings were revealed, with former IWGP Tag Team Champions Aussie Open officially putting pen to paper on deals with the company. The announcement followed a report from Fightful Select that revealed the duo were currently working in New Japan Pro-Wrestling without a contract. In New Japan, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis are also members of Will Ospreay's United Empire faction, with the news leading to speculation on if the Aerial Assassin could eventually follow the pair to AEW once his deal comes to an end. Speaking with the Dark Puro Flosion Twitter account this week, Ospreay would reveal if Aussie Open's decision could persuade him to make the same decision in 2024, and he would say, "They know my situation and I gotta do what's best for me, but whether nothing changes or everything changes, if they ever needed me, my door will always be open to them." Will's NJPW contract is set to expire in February 2024, with him no doubt being on the radar of every top promotion in the world, although whether it's AEW that secure his signature remains to be seen. But what do you think Will Ospreay's decision will be next year when his New Japan contract comes to an end? Let me know in the comments down below. On the April 24th edition of Monday Night Raw, WWE Chief Content Officer Triple H would unveil the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship, introducing a design based on the classic Big Gold. Earlier today, the first ever holder of this strap was crowned, this during the Night of Champions event inside the Jeddah Superdome in Saudi Arabia. The show would pit two former WWE champions against each other for the new belt, with AJ Styles taking on Seth Rollins in the opening contest to kick off proceedings. The story of the match would see the Visionary take a knock to his knee during a dive to the outside, something that became a target of the Phenomenal One from there on out. However, it was Seth that walked away with the gold despite this, finishing AJ off with a stomp in the middle of the ring for the 1-2-3. Triple H would then appear to present the new title to the new champion, reminiscent of the crowning of the first ever NXT champion back in July 2012. We now await confirmation from WWE on whether the new World Heavyweight Championship will carry on the lineage of the original title of the same name, which was introduced to the company in 2002 following the buyout of WCW before its retirement in 2016, although it appears that the reigns will start from scratch. As of this recording, the show is still on the air, so not all of the matches are complete, so I'll bring you the rest of the key stories from Night of Champions in our next video, so be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for that, as well as the latest as we head into the AEW Double or Nothing 2023 pay-per-view. And before you go, make sure you check out my predictions for AEW Double or Nothing 2023.